The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WACK 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WACK 90.1 FM. The living room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is now 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked onto the true nation station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are culture crazy. First and foremost, let's kick off this program as we always do, alright? We must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and see another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always give thanks. Secondly, we must say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know at separate iterate and the same would be chess that Columbus lied. But also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, but P this week stands for Parade, Aaron, Parade. Hold on, you put on them lights? No, I did not put on them lights. That was just a natural effect when you said parade. Okay, remember, parade has fanfare. Fanfare, is it? Yeah, it has fanfare. It has a certain oomph, a foufla. A foufla. Yeah, but also the filet. I also don't want to have to put a strobe warning at the beginning of the episode, though. Yeah, it's strobe, yeah, but at the same time, it is just pop in and then it just pop out. Alright, brother, I hear you. It's just like presence of some politicians in this country. There's pop in and pop out at times like that. Remember, again, you're locked onto the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM. And that was DJ Aaron 868. And this is the living room. Right, yeah. But did I lie? No, I did. No, you did not, sir. And that is the catch on it, huh? This week, we are back. Yeah. We inside in our new living room. So we might get some furniture and things like that, furniture. Eventually, well, we get put out from the last place. So we find a new place. Yeah, we had to furnish this one. I am open to any furniture stores in and around the Trinidad region that want to supply, some set for the living room. Even if they write across the road from 129 Coffee Street in Sacramento. I mean, that's a good point, Aaron. That's a good point. Right across the road. Right across the road from 129 Coffee Street in San Fernando. We're not saying who they are, but just remember they are not minors, they are. Wow, Aaron, that's what you did there. Furniture ad. Yeah, and I didn't say furniture anything. I just said they are not minors, they are. Yeah. Plus. Right, sir. Plus. Right. So, Afri Club. Right. Exactly. And with the hope of sponsorship. And you are Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code. And I sit here today alongside my bro with no fro, a lot of flow, always on the go and in the know. Ricardo Mitchell, the social sage on the global stage. And we have come here today to talk about things which are taking place in our country, things which are taking place around the world. And also we have come here with a debate today. Yeah. A serious debate. You want to start with this debate? You could cue that audio clip that I sent for you just now. I'll play the audio clip first before we go into the TV thing. Yeah, because I want to share something with the people at Trinidad around today. Alright.
Right, like let's say you're facing your house, walk right, then walk up that street. I'll take you back out. I don't know the name of that road. Turn right at the top of the street, walk down, opposite have an audio place, so you can check there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would have you know that is how DJ Aaron 868 and maybe 74% of the population gives directions. This man say, facing my house, go right, then you go up the road, then you turn right, then go down the road. No, cross the road. Let's say down the road. So when I said the first thing, if you're facing the house, you turn right. Yeah.
When you reach that T junction, you go up the road.
Right, so that's left or right.
That is whichever way up the road is.
So if you tell somebody go up the road, right? What are you telling them? Left or right?
It depends on the street.
So up
It is contextual.
So, all right. Okay, so let me see if we can figure out where's it up the road and down the road. If you're on the top half of the road, your graze to the junction nearer to you is up the road, and the one further away is down the road.
Yes.
So when you tell me go up the road,
You mean to the junction closer to you.
all right. So up the road means closer.
Right.
Right?
Also, but also we need to put a little more context into
A little more context.
Yeah.
So the audience, say this now. Up the road mean left or right.
Thank you.
If it have a hill, it's up the hill. Up the road is up the hill.
You know what will help even better in this context?
The road was flat. It was a flat road, right? All I saying is I ended up in the wrong side of Marabella. I did not find what I was looking for, and it prompted this particular discussion. How Trinis give
Right.
direction.
So the thing about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if you're on High Street,
Uh-huh.
you reach on High Street and
Hold on. High Street, San Fernando, High Street, Sapphire.
High Street in San Fernando.
Because I'm just saying, you see how it does start already. All right, go ahead, Aaron. I'll listen.
Just so, as I have you here, let me settle our next dispute here.
There's me actively listening.
Before we go any further,
Mm-hmm.
if I tell you boys' school,
Yeah.
what boys' school are you thinking?
Well, there's only one boys' school in the country. San Fernando Boys RC.
Not Gary.
All right, but now you gotta get wait then. Yeah. Only one. It's only one boys' school. It's only one boys' school. When I never. It's about other boys. I had a boy.
However, I have learned
Uh-huh.
that each community, village, or town has their own boys' school, right?
But I didn't go there.
I didn't go there. So for me, from San Fernando, boys' school is San Fernando Boys RC.
Yeah.
If you are from Superior, boys' school will be Superior Boys RC. If you're from Point Fortin Boys.
Now, I can think regardless of where you're from, anytime I say boys' school, you're talking about San Fernando Boys RC on the promenade.
Exactly.
I just saying.
Pick up the panorama winners from 2020.
From where?
Boys' school, San Fernando Boys RC. And the only reason I say that is because I had to read it and announce the winners on there.
Say, not bad. Just right. Plug yourself as a old reader, man.
Exactly. Right, so back to directions now.
Directions now here.
So, I tell you, after you come up on Chagrin Street,
Right. Up on Chagrin Street.
up on Chagrin Street,
Right.
go up High Street. Which way you going?
Left.
Why?
Because if you're going down, you're turning right. That's an actual hill though. The street, High Street is on an incline. So when you're going up the road, you're heading towards Library Corner.
Right, so that's a hill.
Yeah.
Right, so again, context, right?
Yeah.
So if now you're on Marabella Main Road,
Marabella Main Road.
and I tell you go up the main road, which way you going?
To north.
Which Trini does give directions and give cardinal points?
All I saying is up is north. All them little book with the pictures of the land and the sea and thing. Yeah, the maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arrow pointing up is north.
All right, so let me change location again. Wednesday, we heading up to Port of Spain for pan and powder.
Right.
If I tell you go up Frederick Street, where you going?
North. This man come back to this cardinal point, you know.
If you are
I head into a Woodford Square.
right, and so if you are by City Hall, where pan and powder started, say Cardo, we going up Frederick Street. Where you going?
Wherever you going, because I lost already. I done lost.
No, but you
come Sando.
No, but you just said to Woodford Square. But we buy Woodford Square now.
Yeah.
So if I say we going up Frederick Street,
When I ain't going no further.
why not?
I'm sorry, yeah. I mean to make it somehow one thing too, but how much are we moving?
He's all
All I say is I'm not as familiar with the area as I might be with southern areas of the country.
So you want to bring it back to Sando?
Bring it back to Sando. Come back up Sando. Because based on your directions, right?
You know,
the closer to Sando, so it's up.
You have partners that tell me, yeah, boy, we going up Penal. We in Sando and we going up Penal.
But I'm trying to explain to you. The
Penal is up from Sando.
You know what I say that? People from Central South. You see all them Princetongians and Siparians and things? Yeah, they just be talking about going up Sando. And I'd be like,
No, that's correct though.
well, yeah, Siparia. Princeton people are so about going up Sando. And I'm like, it's not a crossing line. It's not a cross, really?
I don't know.
honestly, I don't know. This is one of the, you know what? But then again, when you're given direction, if I tell you, yeah, boy, so when you come up my street, you're going up the road. Yeah. Obviously, it's towards the end of the street. But which end, Aaron? You grew up on a dead end or what?
Actually, yes. It was at dead end and at the bottom of my house.
But direction, so it is contextual. And you know what brings further context to it? A song like this. So this is the Mighty Shadow. The name of the song is Go Wrong So. Yeah, the intro is longer.
I went to see my country girl. She said she living down penal. And as I reached at the junction, I had to ask for direction. They tell me go wrong so, then come wrong so, and go wrong so, and come wrong so. Then up the hill, down the hill, round the bend.
So yeah, you had to go up so, down so, wrong so, and then up the hill, down the hill, round the bend, near your friend. After you reach the friend, you had to turn right and then turn left by a big mango tree. And after you pass that mango tree, you'll see the greenhouse with the Christmas lights that's still up and be in August. And after you pass that house, 2 houses after that. That is still clearer than the directions you gave me just now. I saved that voice note, Aaron. I saved that voice note because when you tell me where it was, I had to Google the place that it wasn't. And that's the next thing too. We big on landmarks.
Correct.
Yeah. Right? So you see the bridge? If you reach the bridge, you reach too far. You done passed it already. Imagine that. Imagine Google was telling us things like, all right, go to the next roundabout and then go back. No, because they messy too though. I remember there was a time, I think about 5 years ago, I was in the US. I went on a short vacation. Went to the US? Yeah, went to the US. And I went with some friends. We went out for drinks tonight. And that's the first time I ever experienced, well, Waze or Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever it is in the US. And when they send the directions for the person to pick me up, well, I sent them the location and then asked liaison with them. The directions took them exactly where they had to come.
Right.
And you know there's a trend in Trinidad. If I send you my pin, you might end up on the next street.
Yeah.
And that's a serious problem we have here. So I think that's the significance of landmarks. So like if I tell you, hey Carlo, come and check the home. You're looking for the street that had the barber shop on the end. You know where you're looking for the barber shop.
Yeah, but if that barber shop closed, in problems.
No, but there's a sign, barber shop.
Well, if you take down the sign,
then I wouldn't usually reference barber shop because the barber shop is no longer there.
Aaron, when you're going on the link up, right? Palmyra Junction. Right. Tell me that you don't reference where the people and them must be selling
The goat
and the goat hunter.
Yeah, the goat shed.
Yeah, the goat shed.
Right.
But suppose they have no goats at the time, Aaron. It's just a shed. So how you supposed to know it's a goat shed if there are no goats?
I don't know. But I think what helps with this as well is being well traveled.
I'm definitely well traveled. I don't have a car.
Right? And when I say well traveled, it's about going to different places and getting to learn different places. Just like this song right here. This one is called Traveling Man by Trinidad Rio.
Once they had a competition for the most traveled Calypsonian. Everyone was shocked to see the finalist was far on me. Sparrow went Nigeria, then he went to Spain. He went to Ethiopia, then he went back again. Went to Cincinnati, then he went to Ohio.
traveling man by Trinidad.
Yeah, that big one.
I tell you, I know you love.
I realize it again better.
Yeah.
Kenny ain't complain about you in maybe 3 or 4 hours.
I feel Kenny is complaining about me just because.
It's the same practice. It's the sharp.
But yeah, so that's nothing. As Trinis, I will admit we are forward directions. However, there are some things you have to note. Trinis don't use cardinal points.
Yeah, clearly me seeing north and yeah, head north and head east and head west. That's not for everybody.
Brother man, like put it this way. Which part is north from here?
Which part is north from here?
Yeah.
So. And you know how I know?
How?
Because just now. The back of the building is facing so that is not so. The next so. Over so.
My point proven.
The room dark, but
my point is proven. My point is proven. There's it have no coming back.
The room dark, but
there's no coming back.
I am way back.
There's no coming back.
I was facing the wrong way. You see, you was facing me, right? So not to you would I be to the. Anyway, there was an next question.
You could just snap on my confidence your whole self right? So back to the thing. So Trinis don't use cardinal points.
Right. Clearly.
We use landmarks a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
So like if you come to a pie street and you're looking for the stores close to RIK.
Or by the fellow who does sell the bandana.
Exactly.
Right.
We use landmarks. We like to use not cardinal points, but directional points.
Go ahead. Let me hear this.
So up, down, left or right.
Well, I mean, that's a reasonable use of directions.
However, the context of topography applies.
So if you're in a hilly area,
up is up and down is down.
Right.
However, but if you're in a flat area, up is to the end furthest away from the main road.
Up is away from the main road?
Yeah, up. Like if you say going up the road, that is the end further away from the main road.
Now I ain't taking that. I'm fighting now on. We fighting a fight here. The up could never be the furthest away from the main. No.
Further, not furthest. I said further away.
Right, but if I heading up, you know what you just know. Let me think about it. If I go by path and I say I'm looking to head up the road there, am I heading for a further distance? You know what? You're right, ladies and gentlemen. August 19th, 2025. DJ Aaron 868 at 6:19 p.m. has beaten me in a debate.
I win. Finally, somebody has won since April this 52.
Hey, I say somebody, you know. Oh no, I'm not touching that one. I ain't touching that one. Anyway, you have time for that.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
We'll do it.
News had even passed the first 3 stories yet.
Yeah, I ain't going on the road. Now, but well done, you're right. Now heading up the road is
really out there, you found it out. Yeah, so like if let's say on the coffee.
But no, wait till, you know what? If it's up the road, it's generally further than if you're going down the road. Right? But if you say right up the road, it's generally closer than. So right does generally make it closer. So I'm going right there. Actually,
and
I'm
because it's crazy. If they say the thing twice, I mean it real close.
No, I think it mean a lion.
Well, no, we're talking about but right there. I mean it real close. If they say the right there, I mean it far. So the more right days, the closer. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, boy, we ride it, but alright, you know what your conference on the third ride it? It's right there.
Right, quite so. Like let's say if you live in quite so, living behind God back. You see once you pass the a shop or a rum shop within a 2 minute span, because you know we are a real shop or rum shop, Chinese food place or food store. If you see any of that in 2 minutes of driving, you're starting to reach a good distance.
You know what I start to use as my, alright, now I in the country landmark? Pharmacies.
No pharmacies?
No, yeah, because you might get a Chinese restaurant, you might get a parlor, but a pharmacy? Yeah, a pharmacy is the indicator that better you go back home.
You know, funny story, right? Last week we talked about where I went, right?
Yeah.
So let me just close it with two things. Firstly, the man talk about I didn't bring nothing back for him. Right?
Which is true.
Which is true. Here you go, sir. To clearly depict where I went for you.
Look at Antigua key. That is a real nice keychain too.
Right?
Hey, thank you very much, Ian. I ladies and gentlemen, on August 19th,
That's not a serious.
at 6, how far I reached? 22 p.m. I again have to apologize because I was wrong. Iran did bring me back something, and it is quite delightful. Antigua, is it?
Yeah, Antigua.
I made this dope. Last time somebody brought me keychains, I ended up going to the country within a year. So you don't know. Nah, you don't know.
Right?
I appreciate you, bro.
That's up.
I didn't get you anything except
For my other half of that.
wait, what? What? Is Matt talking there? I know you does accounting, but is what you say from your what?
Other half and I.
Alright, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
does not. I don't know what you're thinking.
Alright. Nice one.
Anyhow,
Anyway,
notice the choice of was that other half.
wait, when you say happy, that what the jersey saying happy.
Yes, that's why it says half.
That's a new jersey.
No, it's not.
You get that jersey recently?
No, this juice you buy yet.
I never see you with that jersey before, you know.
For living room, because it must have been living room, so I was just waiting home clothes.
So you wasn't happy before?
I was happy all the time.
Okay, alright.
Anywho, so when I was in Antigua, sorry, when we were in Antigua,
I wasn't there, so I ain't there. So don't tell me he talking about.
I just say other. Did you?
Alright.
So when we were in Antigua,
Eddie, be what he confessing.
I went in search of a pharmacy I'm on it.
Alright.
Right?
There we go.
And the man told me the pharmacy is about 20 minutes from where we meet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's put it in Trinidad context here.
Right.
Think of it like we were in Superior,
Yeah.
and to get to the pharmacy,
Mm-hmm.
we end up in Air Unit.
Right. Yeah.
That is how far the pharmacy was.
Now, you are saying that I was.
And when man say 20 minutes, we probably drove for like 45 minutes.
Also, it was at Antigua 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So the conversion rate a minute is
Yeah.
2.5 to
2.5 to 1 or 2.7.
Alright. No. Easy, you know.
Yes, it was DC. Well,
Yeah.
that is one. And two, also, I think in all the time we were there in Antigua, we probably saw 2 pharmacies or 3 pharmacies.
Now I tell you, Antigua must be big like this, brother.
No, brother, man.
Antigua, well, no, they have 365 beaches.
To be, probably big like to be. I tell you that, they say 144,000 square miles of meters or
Now, it was 144,000 square miles.
no, that again.
Yeah, I know that real big.
I remember all that much, but yeah. So we saw 3, I think it was 3 pharmacies in the entire area. One in the capital,
Right.
and the other 2 were in harbors.
You know, that's equivalent to leaving San Fernando to go Cuba to get a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Is up. That's how. Well, no, you see, it was 45 minutes in actual.
So that probably bought us good.
That was it. A pharmacy, or the frequency of pharmacies is a good indicator.
I think it also gave me a great indication of how blessed we are in Trinidad and Tobago with things that we take for granted.
Like our road network.
Yeah.
If only know, I went Barbados earlier this year and so Aaron might have had a different co-host if we believed ways. We reach our road, Aaron, where they were literally still building the road, you know. And bucket or drop rain falling. So we'll say too. It was interesting to say the least. But yeah, our road network is
So it compared to in the past year I've been to Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, and now Antigua. And
Is there a Caribbean long?
yeah, traveling all out, like the song said just now. Alright. Antigua had no highway.
That I have is a passport.
Yeah, passport. Antigua had no highway. I think they had one dual carriage road.
I'm gonna say one
Way by the airport. One dual carriage road by the airport.
is that the runway then? No, that's Antigua, I'm not making fun of you all. I anticipate having a great time when I do come across, but
Right, that's one.
there's a culture shock too.
Barbados has how highways.
Yeah, Barbados, everywhere in Barbados is a highway. The whole of Barbados is a highway. And you'll see highway grades. So it have like, I think it's highway, what, A, B, and C?
Oh, okay.
And the depreciation is like drastic.
Right?
Don't get tired. If you end up on a highway C in a truck.
Grenada had dual carriageways, but no highway from where we went.
What is the definition of it? We be big and we are locked up on some reason to be able to. Alright.
And then St. Lucia, can't remember if it had highways where we went, but St. Lucia roads, all St. Lucia roads as winding as if you're going Maracas.
Why? Why?
I don't know. Yeah, that's like uphill, downhill, literally. Hairpin bend.
The whole of St. Lucia is hill then.
Oh yes, it had a hike. I was just reminded that there was a hike. An accident on the highway.
Okay, bring up the studio audience. Speaking of it, I find that people are not seeing any short boxes this evening, but anyway.
Yeah. But I think what you had to do is just try to travel and go places as much as possible.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna, I've been bitten by the bug.
It was nice.
I've been intimidated by the whole airport traveling process, but now it's like I kind of want to travel more because even just going to Barbados, it was amazing how different the cultures were for people in a country that are our way.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing how vastly different.
But I think what also hit the nail on the head for me is the fact that a lot of these, like we talk about how Tobago have Tobago time, a lot of these islands operate on Tobago time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we will identify the island, but generally they refer to it as island type.
Yeah, so Trinidad or island time. Well, we do.
You do. Can I do?
When they hear the island time update, a man saying nothing is open for the talking.
That is some of the stuff that we take for granted. Like even buying food on the side of the road and things.
That we have structure.
Like, you know, people in Barbados don't lie. Like, the locals don't lie, really.
I beg to differ.
Well, from what my experience has been, the locals, when you ask them where there is lime, they don't go out and spend the money liming like we would go by we would go out and patronize an establishment and spend money doing nothing other than beating up a talk.
Yeah.
And sipping something.
Correct.
Right? And it's tourists you see doing that in Barbados.
Well, yeah, but when we went for a specific period at an event.
So
there were a lot of locals outside for that.
the locals I saw were selling, they were looking.
And the locals attended that event that we went. So, same thing in Grenada. Them locals, there's airline neighbor.
They were the honest. I want food was real expensive in Barbados.
Oh, everything expensive in Barbados.
Yeah. Beautiful island. Expensive though.
Good night beaches.
Hey, Aaron, you know what occurred to me earlier today? And I hope you could help me out with this because you have considerable analytical skills and you generally could you could assess a situation. I'll get that. You're very rarely wrong unless it's open to me. But as Trinidadians, our language is distinct from the King's English. Right? We just talk Trinidadianese. Why? Okay, spell two words for me and then explain to me the difference in pronunciation. Spell that.
T-H-A-T.
And how do we pronounce it?
That.
No, how do we pronounce
That.
Right. With a D.
Yeah.
Spell thing.
T-H-I-N-G.
And how we just pronounce it?
Ting.
So why T-H-A-T is that, but T-H-I-N-G is ting? Why is not that and ding? Or tat and ting?
You see, that difficult one.
Yeah, why the TH? Because that's
Emphasis on the different syllables.
the emphasis on the syllable.
Yeah. So if you realize with that, we emphasize the first two. That.
Would help me here. The first two
letters.
is TH.
Right, but when I say we emphasize that. Whereas thing, you realize I emphasize the G at the end.
So we just say ting.
Ting. So it's T-I-N-G.
Or okay,
Ting.
so we move the emphasis
Of the third
from the sir. We move it from the sir
to the G, to the G.
yeah,
To the G.
to the go. Because we just say thing, right? You're not gonna zoom in on the for that. Nobody gonna know that I nearly thrown out my mind.
Clearly.
Yeah. So the emphasis is on the beginning versus the end. So that's why it's dat and ting, and not tat and ding.
Yeah. But you know what honestly confuses me? Spell cat. C-A-T. How do Trinidadians pronounce that?
Very suggestive.
Oh, okay. Spell card.
Oh boy, this is where the Y comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, C-Y-A-D.
Very R.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. So it's a big the cat. Some people say you're slapping cat and some people say you're playing cat. C-Y-A-H-D.
Wow.
Cat.
Nah, but
It really, you know what I realized? A man had too much to drink when they started to call me Chiaro. Chiaro, why? Whatever, that's, yeah. So you're playing Chiaro, but I'm Chiaro. And then it become Chiaro, and that's when they realize he really trained to it. But yeah, we train Hawaii, but that's an island thing, we just train Hawaii too. Chiaro.
Pia.
Yeah, but I've never heard anybody say Chiaro.
Kia? You can't do something?
Oh, as in can't, not car as in automobile.
No, we always say car.
Why do we say car but cat?
I don't know, bro. We just, so many things are really weird, and it comes with our tongue. It comes with, as we established when we had Miss Woods, the on however long ago that was. That is our culture. The way we speak is our culture.
We're fascinated by linguistics here.
Nah, that one is wild to me.
We will say ting, but drop the G of every present continuous verb.
A comment.
A comment to the ting.
A comment.
So why is we dropping a G on coming or going, but we emphasizing the G on ting? Hey, you coming the ting later? Nobody ever said coming the tin. The sin. Sing. No, that's what I carry on.
Nah, it be really weird with this speech.
I think it's beautiful.
I love it.
I didn't realize how. Wait, what's going on there? Eh? There's a lot of action in the background there.
I'm merchant are coming too. And not I comment to, I comment to.
We shorten I by saying iron. We shorten our one letter word to two letters.
Yeah, bro, that's actually really weird.
Yeah,
Was that comes with the territory of being from Trinidad and Tobago, huh?
yeah, sweetest place on earth.
Sweetest, as you say, sweetest place on earth.
El lugar más dulce. En todo el mundo.
Sweet TNT in Natasha Woods. Timeless classic.
That is that's a beautiful song.
It is.
I can't lie.
And with some things that have been happening over the past, we really in sweet TNT.
So we're talking about things that are happening, and we're not going to talk about things that are not happening.
We're talking about things both. Things that are happening and things that are not happening.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first? No. I've heard a lot of debate as to some people have defended the cancellation of the parade. Some people have attacked the cancellation of the parade, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I do recognize that there are sound reasons for cancelling. I do also recognize that it is one of the situations where it might be doing more harm than good by cancelling.
I want to ask, right? Firstly,
That's a lot of questions.
no. Firstly, let me get this part off the ground up to the one time. The cancellation of the fireworks, I think,
Long overdue.
right,
Yeah, ban it completely.
that's not going to happen.
I just say ban it completely.
That's not going to happen. I can't tell you why during this program, but that's
I feel it. I get it. I right there with you.
right? So, but there are technological things that have been happening that can replace fireworks. R.E. the drone shit. Drone, like what the IDB would have sponsored during Panorama. Right. So we could replace fireworks with drone shows and all these different things. Or other cultural expositions.
Yeah. Like what?
Concepts, shows, plays. It may not be as accessible to everyone at the same time. As a matter of fact, you could show it on TV, record it and show it. And you know what that person has put? Cataloging or culture.
You ever see a Best Village performance on TV?
Yes.
When did they show it?
No, that's good.
Okay, sorry. Wait, that's not a fair question. It's not a fair follow-up. You said that you've seen it.
Yeah.
Can you remember when it would have been?
That would have been when I was in secondary school and presentation college.
Alright.
They would have shown things like music festival, Best Village, different plays that schools would have put on, or those things would have been shown on the different local media. And aired on special occasions. I remember when I was going to prayers, I was in the choir, and they came in at TV station, I can't remember which one, came into prayers, recorded a musical, I think was either Treasure Island or Pirates of Penzance or something I was in, and they showed it on TV on a New Year's Day. I remember music festival used to be shown on TV, Carrie Festa was shown on TV. I remember there was a play, Dance Me Lover, that I would have had the privilege to see at the opening of Napa in Port Escape how much ever years ago.
Right.
I watched that on TV after. So there was a space for locally produced content or locally staffed content to be shown on local TV.
But what happened?
Because streaming services, be it subscribed or unsubscribed,
Right.
are now our main means of viewing.
Things that I stick.
Wow. A lot of us have now forgotten that local TV or cable exists where these things are shown. So I want to challenge our local media houses to get up the times and get on these streaming platforms as well.
Pick up work.
So you could go back and watch Panorama from 2012.
Yeah.
Or you could go back and watch,
I mean, on WACK.
no, they're just talking about WACK here, because WACK has it.
WACK be having.
I'm also talking about all the other local media houses. I want to go back and be able to watch Parliament Channel from 2001 and view the perfect rivalry that was the late great Patrick Manning and Basil Pandey.
I am curious though, why would you, I mean, I can understand having access to it, I mean, like any Hansard and thing, right? Having an official record of, you would go and watch 24-year-old parliamentary debates?
Yes,
To what end?
because I want to see the tit for tat. There was a different level of tit for tat back in 2001 as opposed to what it is today in Parliament.
So, I mean, like, it's tit for that?
Wow.
I remember we discussing the emphasis. Yeah, but I still don't understand what is the point of watching 24-year-old parliamentary debate.
I honestly like to listen to debates.
You like to argue?
No. I said I like to listen to debates.
Yeah, I start to roll up in your head all kind of thing.
There's a difference. I said I like to listen to debates there.
All right. Well, I like to listen to music.
As do I.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you using your internet and your electricity to go and watch 21-year-old arguments, 24-year-old arguments, you better than. I enjoy it, honestly.
But back to what we were saying now, right? So with back to the parade.
Yeah.
Now, I understand why there may be a need to. However, I think the timeliness of doing it makes it a bit difficult to accept.
When you say timeliness, you mean the fact that they cancel the parade 2 weeks before the parade?
Yeah.
All right. I have a question. How long the march pass and them kind of thing? How long people is he practicing for this?
I don't know if anybody is a member of the any of the services and wants to share with us how long they have been practicing for. And you see that thing, I think a lot of us just belittled by saying march pass. It's a march pass.
Sorry, it's not a march pass. But then the military crew.
But there are also the bands that are in the process who have to get a repertoire of music now. Because it's not just the usual march timing, it's actual music that these bands are playing now.
So is the people that still trying left, right?
No!
Boots, who's government boots?
No, last year bands was literally playing Engine Room and oh gosh, I can't remember how that sounds right now.
So, but each Armored Protective Services has a band.
Yeah, prisons has a band, police has a band, fire service has a band, cadets have one, Timmy Coast Guard have one.
Coast Guard have a band?
Yeah, but not as popular, and not as huge as prisons or fire.
Water band? I know, I just curious.
Army has a band.
Alright. So anyway, I just curious. I've also heard some very interesting commentary as to people not being surprised that it's being cancelled.
Yeah.
Because it's been so it has not been attended by certain parties for so long.
9.5 years?
Yeah, that they're not surprised that they would just cancel the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions being asked. And I think as a population, persons are within the right to ask a question.
This was one of these things that people would have taken their kids to for free,
Correct.
right? To close off the holidays.
Yeah.
Right? We go into the parade, get something to eat, whatever,
And then on the beach after, or from the beach we come back home, we watch fireworks, and then we go with it.
and then get ready for school next week.
Yeah.
Right. Now that has been taken away as an option, what does it do? What are you gonna do for Independence Weekend?
What am I doing for Independence Weekend?
I don't know. Well, from what I hear,
Now we have more people in the audience.
I hear that somebody challenged you to a shootout. Sorry, a parade. I hear that you've been challenged to a very own WACK Independence Day parade. However, he called it the Good Friday parade because the parade will be him pulling a rope, dragging a bubbly behind him. No, that's what I hear. That's what I hear might be happening.
The usual bubbly that he drags behind him is his best friend that works with him on a Sunday morning. Right? Two of them share something very special where both of them try to fight to see which one is the more intelligent dotish of the two.
Right.
Like Kenny and Desmond.
Right.
And whenever Kenny and Desmond clash, the usual bubbly or person that is dragged by the rope. I don't know who is the usual one, but for me, I think it's always Desmond that he's been dragging behind.
Alright, but so you're saying is he wants a new bubble leader.
He wants a new bubbly, and he fed up, beat up Desmond.
So use a new model bubble. Use a hybrid bubble.
I am not a hybrid bubbly or a new model bubbly.
A electric bubble.
I'm nothing of the sort. You don't plug me in and charge me in the night and then drive me the next day.
Wait, hold on, sir. Hold on. Now, for instance, you start to talk this other half and thing, your language being kind of loose. What?
No, but don't that's the drive. If we're talking an electric bubbly, that's what you do with an electric car. You park it off one evening, you charge it the night,
Right.
then you unplug it and drive it the next morning.
Okay. Alright. You're not accepting the, I wouldn't say it's a challenge to the street talk. You're not accepting the invitation to the Good Friday Independence Day Bubbly Parade.
I would accept an invitation to share a shift with that gentleman. I do not accept any bubbly proposition, as that has never been a position which I have undertaken in my life.
That's a long way of saying
The last time that individual challenged me, right? The last time that individual challenged me, he only won because he was popular on the station.
wait, so it wasn't a talent show, it was a popularity contest.
Apparently, anytime Kenny challenged anybody on WACK, it is a popularity contest.
So he never lose them.
He could never lose here.
So he always is a regular. Anyway,
I have no comment.
but so alright, so Good Friday, him a Good Friday. Hit it. So you ain't coming out, but you ain't gonna take up the challenge, be challenge. Right?
No, we could do that. We could do a challenge, you know.
But he had asked you nice.
But he had asked me nicely. One, we had to go on a fair playing ground.
So where that gonna be?
We had to do it online or something.
Where we do it online? That was for it. It's a challenge man online. The man is the premier streaming service provider for the country. You telling me you're gonna challenge him online?
I think of the terms that we had to do it. But
Yeah, we'll figure out something. All I'm saying is, like, this man, beat you. Would beat you with a wet cookie broom.
A wet cookie broom? You get licked with a wet cookie broom in your life?
Yes, I've never been beaten by any cookie broom.
And you fact that you know that you can get licked with a wet cookie broom insinuates that you were beaten with a wet cookie broom.
Don't worry about that. So about all kind of thing you need to do.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the thing.
So yeah, parade.
The parade.
Rain on your parade.
Yeah, we had rain on the parade actually. And there are persons that would have looked forward to it. There are economic benefits to it. Where the persons who would sell, like, if it's carnival, they'll sell right between, like, outside, Napa, they'll come and set up and sell. There'll be cornfield, the pork, all these different things. And they'll come and sell, they'll make the money and all these different things. But my thing about it is, what is it being replaced with?
Well, a day of prayer and reflection, Aaron.
Well, it is a Sunday.
So it should have been a day of prayer and reflection anyway.
Anyhow, Sundays, according to some religion, Sundays is 7 days, it's Sabbath.
I'm curious. What if the alternative to canceling the parade was to canceling Monday as the holiday?
Whoa.
What if this was the lesser?
Now you're looking for it to riot.
What if this was the lesser of the two?
Now you're looking for it to riot.
I just saying, imagine Trinidad and Tobago, if they don't come around telling people, you gotta go to work Monday.
Whoa, you're looking for it to riot. And the previous politician said we're riot yet. That is what you're rioting for.
If you had to choose between the parade and Monday off, which one you was taking?
Monday off?
Right.
Give me a holiday any day.
Okay, I hear you. So, alright. At this point, that at some point in time, we like things we own way.
We do, as an
always. And it can't be we own way always.
It could be.
Right? So here what you gonna do for me? You gonna cue our track? And then we go move on. Because I think we be drawing closer to the end of the program than we are to the beginning. And I like the musical interjections you've been making for the show.
In this land of broken rules, political fools, we got to stick together. In many ways, the people have always been ahead of their leaders. But we got to keep eagle-eyeing their foolishness if we going to rise above. I don't care who says my cliche is tired, but what we need is love. Watch how we moving, watch how we grooving, see how we float in style. One nation under a groove, the Ganges has met the Nile. The hidden agendas of the mind benders, these people will always do their due. But when we get to that sweet place that we go in, them could come along too. Cause we moving with the power and the glory. See how we float in style. One nation, one groove, the Ganges has met the Nile. There'll come a time when our children will ask us, big people, what did you do? And when we let the lyric fly, pray not to lie, the choice is up to you. Tell me why so many rivers of this world found their way into this land. The sweet answer lies in the very question. I hope you understand. Watch me. And
It's it. What's up?
Since you live breakfast not and in one thing, does you really need a
Now, the funny thing about it, the Ganges and the Nile by David Rudder.
Yeah.
And the trick, the politician. But we have a politicky politicky CEO here that all of a sudden want to come and infiltrate the program and talk about come with breakfast, lunch, and dinner and do these all kind of madness.
Yeah, what going on? Right? So bad they go carry it after, you know. So yeah, you know what going on.
Kenny, I heard last night you did a survey asking people what genres or what topics you wanted to get your cocktail with. Right? You'll provide me with that list and we will see how we work this out. We will talk to the program directors and the powers that be. Sadly, the powers that be is Kenny. So we will talk to the powers that be and we will see what time is most befitting for this showcase of our culture that will replace the physical parade, but we will parade our culture on Independence Day here on the True Nation station WACK 90.1 FM.
I am very impressed here because you earned my respect a long time ago.
Yeah.
But today I could safely say I admire you because this man challenged you to a shootout at high noon.
Yeah.
Or whenever you're brave enough to do it.
Yeah.
Your answer is to tell the man, give me a list of the areas in which you propose to beat me. They're like picking a whip and bringing it and saying,
But you know that's a big thing in primary school.
we're picking a whip.
Yeah, the teachers used to be like, just bring a stick from her. And you, none the wiser, going in the yard and picking a piece of guava branch to carry in school for Miss Elcock. I will call the name to wrap with masking tape. And you know what they used to do worse off? They used to test the whip on you.
Well, you literally gonna pick a handful of whip and tell this man beat me which was
I'm not picking the handful of whip.
you just
He picked the handful of whip last night.
and you're open to being beaten by any of them.
I'm not, whoa. No legs passing here, no.
I'm not saying I'm not in your corner. I'm just saying,
You remember, this is a showcase for the culture. This is a parade of the culture.
alright.
This is the man who last time we clashed, come and bring up Bob Marley, you know. Bob Marley sing Kaiso, you know.
No, you gotta remember, and this is one of the conversations that we're going to have sooner than later. We had some saying how reggae turned out.
Yeah.
Right?
Just saying little Tate.
I'm just saying, and there's a conversation that had to come out.
Right.
Right? So, you're allowed to bring up Bob.
That one shop. No, when you bring that out. Well, one of the areas last time was Kaiso and Novelies, right? And he bring out the Bob.
I actually realize what he do there.
No, but again, remember, this man have over 8 years of experience in the culture and the Kaiso. Over 58 years.
58 years of experience.
Yeah.
Right.
8 years.
So it's not talent he beating you with his experience.
Exactly. If my parents wasn't even thinking of me 58 years ago. My grandparents wasn't thinking of me 58 years ago.
Why you saying he not beating you with talent, he beating you with experience?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, and popularity.
And popularity.
And he own the station.
And he own the station. So nobody going and call here and vote for me, beating Kenny, because they know if when Kenny see them,
Was that
one, right? You really vote for he?
Them boy don't even know to add on the light.
I have one vote. I sure have one vote now. Actually, no, I have 4 votes for sure. 4. My mother, my father, God.
I mean, you know, if you're rounding up, yeah, you're 4.
I have 4.
You're 4.
And for good measure, I sure one other person I vote for her out of pity.
I realize you're trying to secure that breakfast, lunch, and dinner before you come down morning.
Food is important.
I want to say you sure you get one vote, and I say I can't go up like he out, you know.
Nah, but honestly, anytime Kenny and I sit and clash over the culture is a great experience because that's the kind of things that is need to learn more about it.
Yeah.
And we need more opportunities and experiences like that if we want to continue the storytelling aspects of our culture, if we want to continue passing on information, because I'm 100% sure many people who listen to this live on WACK or after if they go and listen to it on here on 868 on YouTube, they didn't know Bob Marley had a soca.
Right.
Or a Kaiso. Whatever, because soca is Kaiso and Calypso is soca according to Marshall and Tap.
Doctor,
Yeah, Dr. Jesus Montano.
It's with Dr. Jesus Martin didn't go. Anyway, I listen. Hey, me actively listen.
I made the man.
Yeah, see, you got a picture with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much you pay for that picture? $0.00. He didn't charge for the picture.
No, he did not. He actually suggested that we take the picture with him.
Okay.
That was the time that Sizzler met me.
Yeah.
The time Marshall met.
That's just what we correct. They're gonna.
And with that being said, guys, we are perilously close to the hour. So
Well, I guess not a person.
When last Anthony you drop a song, you realize soca is the only genre that you have to release every single year to remain relevant
Unless until they create that timeless classic.
No. I don't want to sound bad. Some of the older soca artists only get booked out of legacy.
So you should have start with that. We'd have talked about that whole.
You know, some of them only get booked because of legacy. But the younger artists, if you don't have a hit, you're not getting booked.
Alright. Well, then again, too, them fellas have decades to continue building the career and the credibility.
When last Baron released a song?
Hold on. Don't do yourself that.
No, it's a serious thought. When last, you asked about Sizzler and Anthony B. When last Baron released a song?
Well, as you see Sizzler and Anthony B perform. I see Baron perform a month.
Sizzler performed in Trinidadian earlier this year.
I couldn't afford that. That wasn't for that concert. Aaron. You wasn't there for that one?
So no, Sizzler didn't perform for that one. He ended up doing a show after that.
Oh, okay.
But was there for that one.
I know I just saying that sometimes you show up and things will happen. I realize it's how you and Sizzler thing, you know.
Blessed love, I will get blessed. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we are part of the close to the hour, so we have Mr. Desmond is already in the building for the big band.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be up next. I always end by telling that love is the currency. So spend some today. Let somebody know you love them. Right? We waiting first to find out from Kenny. We'll see list of the categories.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see list of the categories. And we'll see if this clash is really happening.
Alright, I hear it. And I'm mad at that. Yo, this is Ricardo Mitchell.
If we doing it, Kenny, we doing the clash in here, we doing it in the studio. Wherever I feel comfortable. So it's mad picking the location that you want to be.
So, no, but I realize he picking the belt.
Yeah.
Right? And you picking the location.
Yeah.
This thing, I come into this one.
That it should be a show. You know what, Kenny, we should really make it a show and welcome our like audience too. No, we should make it and do a live audience.
See what I respect him? That man said, don't just beat me in front of my Wi-Fi internet access. But hey, the man too. I doubt this man too, no mind. That's why I have so much cameras here. I go talk in your mic, say, on yours too, huh?
Actually, soon all back up, right?
You see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage on the global stage. Thank you for joining us in the Liberty. Remember, guys, our glass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe. And you know what? Thank you for allowing us to have a light conversation this evening.
Yeah, the country need it.
Yeah, I really does need it. Because the amount of things we would have to sit through, we got time for that.
If it's one thing we know for sure, is the direction which to put the national flag.
Listen, you see why direction is important?
Exactly.
You see why direction is important?
No, it's real important.
All right.
Because you can't put it upside down.
Are you going to hang a flag upside down? Are you in the national? Anyway,
Have a good night, everyone.
keep it locked.